Hello, what's up? Hey, internet. Um, it's Alicia here again. If you know me, hey. If you don't know me, nice to meet you. I don't know. Listen, I want to go into this whole like little intro and bio, but I've been working on this podcast all week. I'm just trying to get it out right now. So if y'all will bear with me, I don't want to have to go into a whole long bio. Just know I'm a songwriter. I used to want to be an artist. I recorded some songs. I don't like how they sounded. Um, but I know they're good songs because I'm a great writer. I just had horrible production. I never liked it. And that's no shade to the people who produce for me. It's just that I don't think I'm a good recording artist. I'm more of a live on stage, can bring the vibes, know how to arrange, know how to perform girly. I'm not good at recording. So I decided to start this podcast that I'm gonna call Second Chance Songs, or maybe Second Chance Songwriter. I don't know. I'll make a poll and ask you guys what you think I should call it. But basically, I'm taking all of my old songs that I recorded and released and that I don't necessarily like how they sound, but I know they're good songs, and I'm using AI. I don't care what your feelings are about it. I'm using it to reproduce and get some demos that sound a little closer to what I had in my head when the songs came to me. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to play for you my old versions, or as we get along into the process and I get, a little better at this, I will play for you some of my unreleased songs that nobody's ever heard before. And then I'll play for you what I put into Suno. Suno is an AI app that allows you to make music, basically. And most of this music that y'all are seeing people come up with all of a sudden is AI music. There's a big controversy around it in the music industry, but I think this kind of technology was made for people like me who don't necessarily want to be producers and, don't have the skill set to create the tracks on their own, or maybe even the money, because that's been a lot of my issue. I don't want to keep paying people thousands of dollars to give me stuff that is not what I really wanted. So if I can put it in a computer and tell it, hey, I want it to sound like this and this, and use this track as a reference, then I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I'm gonna play those songs and I'm gonna show you what Suno gave me, and I'm going to talk about it. That's the whole premise of the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I know that was a little short description, but I am tired, child. Like I said, I've been working on this for a long time. So the concept has been in my brain for years. The technology just caught up to it, okay? Or at least what they released to us, because I've been wanting to do something like this since I first released my first album in 2011. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so with that being said, the first song we're going to get into today is called Light for You. Now, if you know me and you know who I was as a gospel artist, you know that this was like, if I had been signed to a label back then, I'm using my hands a lot. If I had been signed to a label back then, um, is this thing still recording? I'm going to take a break and I'm going to start a new video for this. Give me 1 second. We're learning. Bear with me. We're back. See, y'all are following with me. I'm not finna do a lot of editing for this, okay? So just know I stopped because there's not a lot of space on my phone and I need to do this in batches. All right, so the first song we're gonna get into is called Light for You. Like I said, if I had been on a label back then, this probably would have been my first single. And the reason I say that is because it's giving very much a brand identity, right? So when I first started as an artist, I was like, kind of newly saved, very much on my, let your light so shine among men, vibes, trying to bring people, trying to evangelize and all that stuff. And so this song is based on true experiences. Of course, I switched some stuff up just for rhyming and lyric sake, but I think this would have been a great song for a new artist like me in that genre who was raised in gospel but kind of wanted to reach out to both the CCM and gospel world, because I've always been a fan of CCM. I know it's some questionable people on that side, but I didn't know that back then. My mama had all them Songs for Life CDs, okay? So I used to listen to I'm not gonna drop the names of the artists because again, I don't know where they stand politically these days, and I don't want to give them no shamans. They're really racist. But anyway, um, this song would have been great for trying to break a new artist like that. And here's another goal of mine with being a songwriter is I would love to write songs for artists who really are good artists, recording artists, and can really bring my songs to life. And I don't think that that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know I can write a song. And the reason I know that I can write a song is because when I first heard one of my students sing this song, I was like, dang, she really killed that. And she sounded way better than me. I should have let her record it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Precious Melton. But now that I'm on that type of time, I would love for, anybody who's watching this to share this, and somebody who maybe is a great artist but isn't a great songwriter, needs somebody to write some songs for them. I'm your girl. So with that being said, let's not waste a lot of time and let's get into our first song, Light for You. Okay, so before we start it, I just want you to listen to it. I'm going to try not to talk while it's playing, but if I do, I'm sorry. Whatever. And I'm going to try to put the lyrics up so you can see what it's saying if you can't actually hear it. All right, so without further ado, this is Light for You by Alicia. Back then I was just Alicia Reynolds. Now I go by Alicia LaRobin. That's my middle name. So let's listen. Here we go.
Ran into this guy the other day that I hadn't seen in quite some time. Couldn't quite put my finger on his name. He asked how I was doing, I said fine. Started reminiscing and he asked me out for drinks on Friday night. I looked at him kinda silly and this was my reply. Don't do the things I used to do. Go the places that I used to go. All those folks you used to see me with, I don't desire to kick it with you. No
S is a really strong. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna talk.
And I could tell that he didn't believe. So Lord, I'm asking you help me to be. Lord, help me to be.
There's the strings.
For you. Lord, help him to see your love shining through. Lord, would you use me to show him that he's not alone in this world? He's got a place he can go. I wanna be
It's too much ad-libbing already. Why did I come in like that? I don't know. Second verse. Here we go.
Driving down the road the other day, my best friend is chilling by my side. Careless driver from around the way hit us in the back and told
held that
my
string for a
ride.
long time.
Instantly my friend was on the edge, waiting for me to lose my head. But all I could do was raise my hands, and these are the words I said. I don't go places that I used to go. All those folks,
Yeah did a lot for me as an ad-lib. Like Fantasia.
Picks me up whenever I am down, and I can tell that she didn't believe. So Lord, I'm asking you help me to be. Lord, help me to be alive for you. Lord, help her to see your love shining through. Lord, would you use me to show her she's not alone in this world, Lord. She's got a way she can go.
Oh, girl. Too much. Child, Lord. Oh, bless her, God.
See, it's hard sometimes when you're on the straight and narrow, but you
love a bridge now. Just no vocal control whatsoever. Key change coming in. Listen, Alicia thought she was eating on this. She said, "Give them all you got, sis." That was actually kind of cute. Now let me tell you something. One thing I was gonna do is go into some falsetto. I'm gonna use that falsetto, okay? This never sounded like I wanted it to sound. And I should have just left that for in-person performances and not tried to put it on a recording. I wanted to be like a breakdown, you know? Listen to this. Oh, God. Why are you in there hollering? Too much. Oh. And what was that? Yeah. Girl. Oh, my goodness. My Lord. Okay, so I said I wasn't going to talk through it, but I couldn't help myself, child. So let me go through the good, the bad, and the ugly that I feel is for this song. Child, I'm actually overstimulated from listening to that right now, so I can't even talk. But anyway, okay, good. First thing, and I will not apologize for this because I know I can write a song. I know my lyrics. You felt like you were there, didn't you? Huh? When I was talking about getting in that car, and getting in that wreck, you felt like you were with me. Best friend chilling by my side, careless driver from around the way, hit me in the back and totaled my ride. In real life, he didn't total it. He just knocked off my rear view mirror. But either way, it could have been bad. And I did genuinely raise my hands and tell God thank you, because it could have been the other way. Amen. So yeah, I always feel like my storytelling ability is amazing. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because in the gospel tradition, there's not many. Well, it's gotten better, but back then, songs were very repetitive, and that there's a reason why, that call and response, that repetition is ancestral for us. But sometimes you want to hear something more than just Jesus on the main line, tell them what you want. I already know to do that. Give me a story. Make this thing relevant. You know what I mean? So I was always able to do that. Also, song structure. Okay, we've gotten away from it today because everybody wants a little quick 2.5, 3-minute song. But back then, baby, I'm going to give you a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, another verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, a full bridge. I'm going to give you a key change. I'm going to give you a vamp at the end. That's what you're supposed to do. And I was doing that before I went to school for songwriting, okay? So I knew what worked, all right? And it always works. That is tried and true. I don't care how quick and fast we start dishing out these songs nowadays. The classics, the songs, the evergreens that's going to last the test of time, follow that structure. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, that's what you're supposed to do. And that's what I did. Also, I think it was a great, like I said this before, I think it was a great signature song for my artist profile at the time. That song always, when I performed it, allowed me to like really interact with the audience. When I hit that "This Little Light of Mine" part in real life, ooh, baby, that get them every time. They be like, yes, come on, this little light of mine. Like, that was good. Okay, I shouldn't have put that on the recording, but it's still good. All right. If I had known enough as a musician and as an advocate for myself in the industry, I would have fought to have that done correctly. All right. The bad thing, and again, no diss to my producer. He probably will never see this anyway. But child, I did not like this track. The only thing I liked about it was the piano part. Everything else, them strings, that little ding 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 that he was doing with the minimal bass. I hated it. I hate all of it. It felt corny, felt predictable, and I don't know why I didn't fight harder for a drum track. I'm trying to think about what we talked about with this and why I let him give me a drumless song. Because I feel like this song needed it. If I was going to do it pared down acoustic version, then I should have just done it with piano. There should not have been any strings. There should not have been a random bass do at any point in that song. It should have. If we were going for pared down, we should have just did piano and me singing. Okay, so like I said, I wish I would have advocated for myself more to give myself a drum beat. So next thing we're gonna look at is what I put into Suno, which is the AI app that I used in order to recreate the song in a way that was in my head, you know. So I'm not gonna play that whole thing because I'm trying to reserve space here. And I've had to delete almost everything off my phone to be able to do this. Also, shout out to everybody who's doing podcasts at your own house and by yourself, because this is a lot. Okay, this is a lot. So I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but basically, I played the piano and I sang lead and did the background parts because I found that with Suno, the most basic thing you can give them, the better. If you do a lot, it's going to give you back a lot. And so at this point, I did not want to give it my original song because I didn't want it to sound like what I already didn't like. So I didn't want to influence it on instruments to use or style. I mean, it's not that much different, but because there was no drum track on the first one anyway. So yeah, this is what I gave to Suno. Okay, hold on. Just a little bit so you can hear what the computer had to work with. Here we go. And I did this at my own house. That was probably too much ad-libbing. So this was the first time. I had to do a second pass too. Just listen to this real briefly.
Ran into this guy the other day that I hadn't seen in quite some time. Couldn't quite put my finger on his name. He asked how I was doing. I said fine. Started reminiscing and he asked me out for drinks on Friday night. Just want you to hear the background vocals. I looked at him kind of silly, and this was my reply. Don't do the things I used to do. Oh, the places that I used to go.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, now once I did that, what Suno gave me back was really as normal. The vocals be doing too much, and it doesn't even sound like a real person. You can already tell like this AI music is AI because it kind of sounds robotic, like the tone of it is. But what they gave me back, instrument track was it wasn't exactly what I wanted, because I did not do the key change because I've tried it with the key change before and they never do it. But everything else was pretty close to what I heard in my imagination. So I'm going to show you what I did is I took what Suno gave me. I re-recorded my own vocals on it. I used a few of their background vocals just to fatten mine up. And I re-recorded it in a more simple version, so that their ad-libs wouldn't be so ridiculous, because sometimes I'm just like, girl, y'all doing way too much. Nobody sings like that. Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief snippet of what I re-uploaded into Suno, okay? With the track they gave me. Here we go. My vocals are kind of low on it, so... Doesn't that already sound better? Listen to that drum track.
Ran into this guy the other day that I hadn't seen in quite some time. Couldn't quite quite put my finger on his name. He asked
That's
how
all I
was
wanted the
doing.
first
I
time,
said
you know?
fine. Started reminiscing, and he asked me out for drinks on Friday night. I looked at him kind of silly.
Notice I
And
simplified
this was
my lead.
reply. Don't do the things I used to do. I don't go the places that I used to go. All the folks you used to see me with. Don't desire to kick it with no more. See, there's something about this man I found. Picks me up whenever I am down. I tell that he didn't believe. Lord, I'm asking you, help me to be.
Okay. So this is what that's the track that I re-uploaded to Suno. And next I will show you the final project. So before I show you the final project, just know I simplified my lead vocals so that Suno wouldn't give me back something crazy. And I typed in like different commands for how I want it to be. Oh, here's something that's really, really important. And I think this is where a lot of people mess up with using things like Suno. Because I'm not getting a full song from Suno. Like when I put my songs in, I'm giving you music, I'm giving you lyrics. I'm not asking Suno to create anything for me from scratch. So when I upload my file to Suno, I move the little meter all the way over to 100% accuracy for my style. Meaning I don't want the computer taking liberties that aren't in what I already input. Does that make sense? So, I mean, of course, it's a computer. It's still going to do its own thing, but I want it to get as close to what I uploaded as possible, okay? There's a meter on there. There's something that says weirdness. There's another one that says style, and the last one says, I can't remember. I'll look back on there and maybe include it in the post-production. I don't know. But I moved the one that said style all the way over to 100% because I want you to match what I did. Y'all, this is taking so long. I'm so glad I started this morning. The amount of time it's taking me to record what's going to end up being like maybe 20 minutes of video for y'all is wild. I really got to figure out a better way to do this. I've deleted almost everything off my phone. Like, it's a lot. Anyway, but I said I was going to do it. So to everybody who watches or listens to Cheaper Than Therapy, y'all thought y'all was going to get that $100 out of me, but you're not. Period. So, okay, finally, after re-recording more simplified vocals, and using the track that Suno gave me first, keeping my ad-libs, well, not my ad-libs, keeping my backgrounds, and then using a little bit of the Suno background vocals, I re-uploaded a version of Light for You, and they finally gave me one with a lead vocal that I can almost stomach. I may put this on YouTube as just like a track too for those of you who might want to listen to it. I think it sounds it's okay. Like, even though I know in the back of my head this is an artificial intelligence singer singing it, this is as close to what I would give to as a demo to an artist that I want to record it. Does that make sense? And that is my goal. I want to get demos that sound like what I hear in my head to present to someone else to record the best version of my song as possible. Okay, so I'm hoping I have enough space. Actually, I'm not even going to try that. Pause, and then in the next clip, I will start the song. All right, here is the version of Light for You after I did all of the work that I did for Suno to recreate it. I'll try to stay quiet.
To this guy the other day that I hadn't seen in quite some time. Couldn't quite put my finger on his name. He asked how I was doing. I said fine. Started reminiscing, and he asked me out for drinks on Friday night. I looked at him kind of silly, and this was my reply.
Background.
Don't do the things I used to do.
Hey.
Go the places that I used to
I'm gonna talk through it. Sorry.
All the folks you used to see me with. Don't desire to kick it with no more. See, there's something about this man I found. Picks me up whenever I am down, and I can tell that he me to be alive.
So much better, right?
Lord, would you help me to see?
You can hear the robotic though, especially when she sustains notes.
Shine through. Lord, would you use me to show him that he's not alone in this world? Lord, he's got a place to go. I wanna be alive for you.
I'm really glad I simplified my ad-libs.
Driving down the road the other day, my best friend is chilling by my side. Careless driver from around the way hit us in the back and totaled my ride.
Come on.
Instantly my friend was on the edge, waiting for me to lose my head. But all I could do was wave my hands, and these are the words I said. Don't do the things I used to do. Don't go the places that I used to go. The folks you used to
I don't know what she
see.
said right there.
Don't desire to kick it with all. See, there's something about this man I found. Keeps me up whenever I am down. And I could tell that she didn't believe. So Lord, I'm asking you, help me to be alive.
Watch out, ma'am.
Yeah.
Relax.
Lord, would you help her to see your love?
She gets to them higher notes, you can really tell it's a robot. It's AI. But she hit them better than I do.
She's not alone in this world, Lord. She's got a place she can
What time we at?
go. I wanna be alive.
The bridge still isn't exactly how I would do it, but I gave up trying to fix it.
See, it's hard sometimes when you're on the straight and narrow, but you gotta realize
They made
that
some
if his
chord
eye is on the sparrow, he sees all
choices
your
that I did not
flaws
put in
and
there.
he knows just what
Right
you
here, that chord is not mine.
need. All you
I like it
gotta
though.
do is believe.
I like this too.
I gotta
Sounds cool.
be alive for you. Yeah, yeah. Lord, I want them to see your love. Yeah, shine through. Oh God, would you use me to show 'em that they're not alone in this world? They got a place they can go. I wanna be alive. Be alive. I wanna be alive for you. I wanna be alive for you. Be alive for you.
All right, end the song. Okay, relax. Okay, y'all, I'm just gonna do the rest of this audio only because I have no more storage on my phone. I have deleted everything I could possibly delete. It's to the bare bones, and they're still saying I don't have enough room to do those videos. So, again, this was my first one. I completely underestimated how much it would take to do this podcast. So forgive me for the technical difficulties. If it seems a little choppy, it's because I had to record it in batches. And, I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm over here, one woman show, trying to figure it out. But anyway, that was the song. After doing all of the revisions to it and uploading it back into Suno, simplifying my vocals, I think what I liked about it was the fact that once I did get it to this point, like that sounds more like what I heard in my head, vocally. Like I'm not arrogant enough to believe that I'm the only one who can sing my song. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact I have plenty of songs that somebody else should have sung. I know what my voice's limitations are, and I know what my limitations are as a performer. And as many times as I have been in a recording studio, it never comes out right. You have to be trained to know how to record. And I've taken classes on it. I have literally one of my classes in at Belmont when I went back to school for voice. One of my classes was like recording something, like, and that's where we basically went in there and talked about how to record things and how to change your voice and how to do how to what your skills should be in the studio. That was one of my classes. So, or it was like recorded styles or something like that. Like we analyzed what other people did. Anyway, I still can't do it. And I'm not ashamed to say that. So somebody else needed to record these songs in order for them to sound the way I wanted them to sound in my head. And I think this AI technology has been the closest thing to help me get to that point. Now, would I present that to an artist as a demo, or would I present that to a publisher as a demo? I don't know. I might try to find somebody else to record it for me, but the whole point of this AI too is also to help save money. You know, I don't have money to just be given to producers to make tracks that I don't like anymore. I didn't have it back then, but I was scraping and scrounging to get it, and I feel like I, in certain ways, was taken advantage of, but also just my own eagerness to get it out did not allow me to just stop and say, hey, if this isn't sounding the way you want, don't continue to pay someone to do more songs for you. You need to find a different producer. So, yeah, and there's plenty of songs right now that I have that I've spent money on to record them and never released them because I never liked how they came out. And I'm tired of wasting my money. Suno costs $30 a month, period. So, and I can do as many as I want. Sorry. Next thing, I really like the drum track, obviously, because that was what was missing on the first one. And I don't know if I said this when I recorded the part about what I uploaded to Suno, but I have no desire to learn how to make beats. I've tried it. I've taken classes for that too. It takes too long. I don't have that kind of patience. You know how long? One time I sat and I went through Splice and I went through loops and I mean, for like 2 hours to find one beat. I don't have time to do that. So what I did instead, and I got this from Timbaland, is I just beatboxed into my recording software what I wanted my beat to sound like and put it on the track. And I uploaded that into Suno. You don't get to hear that because that was in the middle of the track where I did it. And I only showed like the first couple of seconds of it. But yeah, that's what I did in order to show how I wanted the drum track to sound. Other thing I don't like about Suno is it's really hard to revise anything in there because every time you upload a song and you tell them to cover it, it's going to sound different, a little bit different from what you did the first time. They never give you exactly what you had. Like if I uploaded this one track and thought I was going to have the same music on it and just fix like one chord, it will never do that. It's always regenerating. So it might sound a little like what you want, but then the second time you upload it, you might miss one of the parts that you really liked. So there's other ways around that too. Like you can download all the stems and then just keep what you want and maybe try to put it back in, but it's too much work, and I haven't gotten to the point where I'm doing it that much to learn how to work around that. And I actually don't feel like doing that because it's too much work as well. I'm not trying to get out of work. I just know what is important to work on. And to me, what's important is the lyrics and the vocal arrangement, and everything else I feel like can work itself out. Okay? The other thing is I don't like how Suno sounds like a robot, but it's a machine, so whatever. That's all I got. I don't want it to be too long. Hopefully the jankiness of my recording doesn't steer you away from it. I will get better, but like I said, I was just trying to get this done because I gave my other podcast audience a date by which I needed to have this uploaded, or I would send one of them $100. And money always motivates me to do stuff. So I wasn't going to be a liar. So I definitely was going to send the money. And who knows? It may still get sent because right now all I'm doing is recording. I haven't even started editing and uploading, and I gave them a July 1st deadline, and then today is June 29th. So I don't know what's going to happen between now and June 29th. But I do know that this was fun. And I like a challenge. And I was challenged today to get this recorded. Thank God I didn't have anything else to do yet because I would have been up the creek. But I hope you enjoyed it. You guys comment on there what you think I can do better or whether you think I should name it Second Chance Songs or Second Chance Songwriter. Or if you be like, girl, this was too much. Don't do this no more. Actually, if you're going to write that, you're a hater. Not at me, but just life in general. Because why would you say something like that? I found something I like doing. Let's keep doing it. What else? Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go from here. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for letting me share my songs. Second Chance Songs or Second Chance Songwriter. I don't know. See y'all next time, maybe. I don't know. Okay, bye.